Back everybody to Forgotten Fates, a Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 edition campaign. We're currently in our third season, 6th week, going into our second hour. First hour was Revenge of the Bees. Second hour...
Bees!
Bees, yeah, bees. Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point.
So, Andara, you were walking back towards the scene of the
Carnage.
Just the scene. Vox, you said something about heading back towards an orange glow in the distance.
Yeah, I'm gonna head on back there to the orange glow.
Are you gonna go before Andara on your cart, or how are you doing this?
I'll go about the same time as she is. This and making sure I'm not gonna run over anything as I'm passing this scene.
The road is littered with.
Are you taking the cart?
Bees and
well, if I can
lumps.
How far do I figure that we traveled in this?
Not horribly far. You could probably test out your wings and fly over the scene of the carnage. Ooh. The air seems safe tonight.
Why do you say it like that?
And then you laugh like that.
Like you just... If he didn't say it like that and then laugh like that, he might actually do it. I'm
just offering a peaceful solution.
Yeah.
For me.
For my death. No, I am once I get up to the scene of carnage, if I notice that I cannot bring the cart through without running over anything, I'm going to pick up the bodies.
The bees covered bodies?
I'm assuming they're hopefully whole bodies.
Some.
Once, if they're quite evidently dead, I'm going to put them in the back of the cart and start trying to clean up this mess a bit.
Bring out your dead.
Okay. You pick up a body, you'll notice it's a... I think it used to be a kid. They're not really sure, but the stingers going and all over. You don't want details?
I don't need to know the semantics of it. Just putting it in there.
When you said you're cleaning up the mess, are you cleaning up the mess by incinerating corpses or exploding their bones? Or
no, I'm depositing the bloated bodies on the cart.
So you're piling the bodies. Gotcha.
Yes, I'm piling the bodies, trying to clean this up and trying to assist you with.
Don't we just bury them?
I would hear that if the rogue was helping, but he's just sitting on the cart apparently.
You're right, I'm going to sit here the whole time. Y'all have fun.
Since he pulled up just to the edge of this and stopped, it didn't take you but another round to get over there to him. So another 12 seconds up there with him and just see the carnage. When the swelling setting in, stingers everywhere.
Are there any survivors, any movement anywhere in the general area?
Some of the bees haven't died yet. You might be able to help them.
Okay, that's good to know. Gotta save who I can, right?
Yes.
We'll nurse these bees back to good health, and then we'll have pet bees.
Killer pet bees.
Hey, they're a one-shot wonder, what can we say? Is there any people that seem to be alive, or at least near death, that might be saved?
You do think that the old priest, the largest of the lumps, let's just put it that way, is still moving slightly.
Going to hurry.
I'll hurry over there if I see that too, depending on who sees that.
I'm gonna, if Andara doesn't see it, I'm gonna call out to her saying, I think there's one over here, and I'm gonna start trying to clear off the bees, the bodies of the bees that's there.
So you start trying to scrape the stingers off of them?
No, I'm just removing the bodies of the bees, not the stingers at this point.
Okay. He is covered in stingers and swelled beyond normal proportions. You think he's still drawing breath.
Can I hear a breath?
Something's happening.
Is it like a rasping, or is it just like air expelling out of his lungs?
Rasping.
Is it a death rattle?
Not yet.
I'm immediately going to turn around and
You lean in to listen.
I'm already hauling over there if he said
Yeah.
that. If I'm not within a
Yeah.
direct.
You get there. You're there. You're close enough to hear him.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just yell like at the Vox, like move, to get him out of the way, and I'll check his life signs and see what I can do.
okay, I'll move out the way.
Oh.
He seems to be nearly dead.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna.
Going to use 3 charges of the belt.
Okay. Fox heals him up.
Is he full of stingers still?
Yes. Okay, Fox, you use 3 charges of the belt, permanently embedding all these stingers in the poor man.
Does it do that?
Not permanently. You can
No.
pull him out.
It does in Sragg's world.
You healed him for 15, Fox.
I don't get to roll my own rolls on this? Okay. I healed him for 15.
He's awake. First thing you do is wide-eyed look straight up. Bees! And then starts looking around. The
Okay.
children. The children.
How many stingers are in him currently? If I count them, if I can count them.
You would say about 28.
28.
Yes.
Ow.
How would anybody ever survive that? With those scale of stingers.
To have faith.
It seems to be
Wow.
a miracle.
It is. Okay, well, I say we're trying to calm him down. We'll have to take these stingers out.
He looks around at his body and just starts to breathe heavily.
Do I recognize any kind of a deity from the order, or his order, or?
Oh, you recognize his priesthood, you mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's Lathander, is that what I'm pronouncing right? The Morning Lord?
Okay, I tell him you best say a prayer to Lathander right now. It's gonna hurt.
I pass him a mug of the ever full mug. It's full of like I don't even know who would make the strongest moonshine.
Don't you dwarves do?
I think we're a little bit more refined.
He accepts it, drinks it down, and hands it back. If I don't make it, please let the orphanage mom know what happened.
From what township?
Moondell. She asked me to take the kids on a retreat after a horrible accident. We were on our way back.
Son of
I
a
shoot a glance to Vox.
You know what? I asked Dermot, can the stingers be burnt off?
Where the?
Were they
How the hell would I know that? Do I look like a medic?
They do look flammable, Vox.
I asked.
Did he ask that out loud to Dermot? Like, can these be
Yes,
burnt
I
off?
asked. Can I burn them off?
What?
I responded in kind.
Oh, they look flammable.
No, I said, why the hell are you asking me? Do I look like a medic?
Oh, okay.
I look at Andara and said, can they be burnt off? Would that sear it to where they be closed?
I mean, how do you even make that mistake? We look nothing alike.
Well, I figured since you knew something about bees, I was asking.
What?
I repeated that question again to Andara if she didn't hear it.
Okay, then I answer, how do you propose to burn off 28 stingers with pinpoint accuracy?
We're gonna move him into the middle of the road. I'm going to cast an invocation on him that will protect him from my breath, and I am going to burn them off with my breath.
No.
No, trust me.
Did anybody else hear that? No of
Honestly,
despair?
he's going to die anyways from this.
Now,
Let me
look, there's a much simpler way to do it, Vox. And I just look at the person and say, this is going to hurt, and I just yank one out in his leg.
Ooh. You grab the stinger and you yank. And you notice that it feels kind of squishy as you pull it out. And your knowledge of bees, you know that you put some poison back in.
Wait. Stingers or like stingers and the venom sac?
And the venom sac.
Okay, I grabbed the stinger.
Okay. All right. You grab the stinger, and you notice when you out that little barb that these.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut him.
Okay. He does grimace a little bit at the pain, but seems to bear it. You've got one of these venom-sacked stingers now.
What's your name? I ask him what his name is, or her name.
It's his name.
His name.
His name's Herbert.
Herbert. Herbert, we're gonna do what we can to help you, and/or deliver the information to the orphanage. Sit tight. So you pulled out he pulled out one stinger. There's 27 left. I'm gonna keep track of his life signs to see how many we can yank out before he's critical.
All right. Okay. Keeping track. I see that.
I guess next one, Dermot, if you would.
Well, I assume that you have slightly more finesse. I was just going to show a friend here before he burnt him.
Okay, I'll obviously every one I'm trying to pull out, I'm doing as carefully as possible. Since my triage nurse is retired from the situation.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What's this? You did that. Okay. You notice Vox does some mumbo-jumbo stuff and touches him.
Do I notice his health signs improving when he does that?
No, it doesn't seem to have had any effect.
Okay.
Perhaps it's a blessing, some strange dragon thing. We're not sure. We don't know what it was, but he did something.
He's a witch.
Gotcha. He's making it more flammable. I hear you.
Okay. That's all you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just proceed. If he gets to a point of critical, I'll heal him with my healing and healing augmentation to cure light.
Lean over to Dermot and just tell him, well, I'm still going to do it.
You're still going to what?
You touch Dermot?
Yes.
I
He
punch
just
him.
touches you, and you get punched.
Cold cock him.
He grabs your groin. I'm just gonna do something.
Oh, shit.
All right. All right. Roll the. Well, here, let me help you out there.
I'll just take the hit.
Okay, you just take the hit.
I'm cold cocking him with the intention to put him down, like knock him out.
Okay.
I wish I would have been able to say that now.
9 subdual damage.
What are you two doing?
It touched me.
9 subdual damage, so 9.
We have bigger things to worry about.
I know, and he's busy here being all Feely McDragon.
What is your problem, Dragon? We're trying to help poor Herbert here.
So aren't I. Just trust me.
How does touching me help Herbert?
Well, you're not moving, so I'm trying to give you both. I'm trying to give all three of you a blessing when I do this.
The one that you pull out from his abdomen, Andara, seems to have little fleshy bits attached to it from something that was supposed to stay inside.
Right. Okay.
And did a massive amount of damage to it, but he's still conscious and with you.
Okay. How critical is he right now? If I had to estimate, you know, like if like I said, if he gets any point where it's getting to that breaking point, I'll definitely do the healing on him.
He's not ready to pass out yet.
Okay.
Your heal check says that he's definitely on his last legs.
Okay, well then I will perform a heal on him.
How many more times?
It's been forever since we played. I don't even remember how many spells per day I have on this.
What'd you say, Vox?
How many more times can you heal him?
I don't know how many times I have healed him out of character.
You've healed him 0 times.
You haven't healed him at all yet.
Yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna be fair with this and assume that I had prepared only a couple heals per day, because we didn't really discuss this beforehand.
I'm not healing you that much. Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm just, because we didn't say how many spells I'd prep.
I can't heal you fully, so I'm not gonna heal you at all.
For what type of spells? I have to obviously talking out of character. I'm not talking in character. I am talking to Sragg. As Sragg and as not an NPC.
Okay.
Well, while you're doing that and figuring out your spells, sir.
Yeah.
Back at the cart. So, Kel, which direction are you looking for all this? You kind of watching back towards the scene?
No, I was setting up camp, like I said.
Oh, that's right. You are. Yeah, you're setting up camp. Ardo, what are you doing?
I'm just sitting there watching
The show.
The show.
pretty much.
I
You
don't
hear
make
a-
weapons,
You hear a buzzing behind you.
I do.
Yeah.
I quickly cover myself and
Turn.
the kid in my cloak, and I
But you
use
don't see the kid.
and I say, "A bee." I've been holding the kid. How can I not
Well,
see
the
the
kid's been in the cart with you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're turned around looking at the scene. You hear a buzzing behind you. You turn to see the kid has one of these bees on her hand, and she's petting it, and it's just
Oh.
buzzing.
What are you doing?
The kid and the bee both look at you.
Man, you
And then she goes back petting the bee.
Okay.
Good. Interesting.
A druidic dwarf?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Says the ranger dwarf.
What to do?
The bee just sits down on the wagon beside her and doesn't go anywhere. And she kicks back with you.
Weird. I just sit there and observe it for now.
It's acting
Making
kind of like a
myself-
lapdog.
Ready to do something if I see the bee start to act aggressive toward her.
As happy as could be. Andara, did you figure your spells?
Oh yeah, I would have thought probably had 2 cure lights. A cure light's a first level spell, is it not?
Yes, I believe so.
Or what's it?
I'm looking at the table. It says first level at 4 would be 3 plus 1.
Okay.
So, do I get any bonuses from that? Do you remember, Dermot,
No
from playing that?
idea.
Yeah, Colby.
Remember, you get to roll a d8.
Yeah, well, because my augment healing, right?
Mm-hmm. Something like
I get a bonus to. Man, I thought I had put this on my sheet, but it's not saved.
We did this last session too. I thought
Yeah,
you
I
got
know.
from augment healing
Yeah, I know.
or from augment healing.
I really gotta write this shit down. I thought I had, but apparently not. And I always have a hard time finding that feat now that I took it. Now that they modified all those
that. Oh, yeah.
the web sources that were out there, those quote unquote legitimate web sources.
Well,
Continue on for another few minutes with someone else, or just bear with me.
Fox, did you have anything you wanted to do?
One thing I want to just ask her is I want to ask Andara, are you able to save him?
I'm trying.
He looks a little worried when you say that. Like, I'm right here.
It's just, well, I told him we'd do everything we could for him.
Oh. I don't want to jump in and do something that you might be angered with on it.
What do you propose, Dragon?
I have already casted an invocation on him that will protect him from my fire. I wanted to pick him up and put him in the middle of the road so that I can't catch anything else on fire and burn the stingers off. That way, he's not getting any more poison in him.
This is something you have control over? It
Yes.
doesn't seem like you have much control over your fire. You burn down an orphanage.
Well, typically,
I'm looking at the priest like, yeah, that's the guy.
The priest looks over at you. And,
It was a different orphanage.
Fortunately, in that particular circumstance, it was not aimed at the orphanage. It was aimed at a person that was in front of it.
Not
It was
an orphan.
intentional. that would it was not intentional for that building to catch on fire.
Tell you what, Dragon.
It was an accident.
You do your thing, but if you fail, so help me, I'll cut your head off.
Well, if it doesn't work,
The chihuahuas are back, fending off the bees!
Suddenly a pack of wild chihuahuas.
Come here.
I just
You gotta
right
stop
back
that.
at Dar and say, well then, are you able to save him?
I'm doing everything I can.
I
If you have confidence in your abilities,
I do.
you'll have no worries with what you're about to do.
Do you want this protection as well?
Come here.
always use
Certainly.
Do we need
But as I
this?
said, if he ends up incinerated, it'll be the last thing you incinerate.
There we go.
Do we need this protection?
If you guys want to stand right here, then yes. I am going to cast another invocation on.
I'm looking at Dermot like, I don't know.
What's he gonna do to me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, best case, he burns the stingers out and you die of bleeding. Worst case, he burns the stingers out and you.
He just looks horrified.
Like I
You
said,
can't let them do this. No.
best to pray. I will also say a prayer.
No.
Should we?
Have
shouldn't-
faith, I'll say.
Wouldn't it make sense to maybe test this on someone who's not on death's door?
Lathander's will be done.
Already put it on or casted it on you. Would you like to be the test on it then?
Couldn't you just cast it on him, and then the stingers would burn themselves,
No, it doesn't.
since
work.
they're not part of him?
That's what the whole thing
Well,
is.
how does this invocation? I'm using air quotes because apparently I know how to do
Turns
that.
around, it lasts for 24 hours. It is casted by touch.
Yeah, but why do my clothes? Does it burn my clothes?
it.
It makes you immune to the
You and
effects
everything
of-
you carry and own? How does that work?
Or stingers. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Out of character, real quick.
Do we own stingers when they're in us?
No, no. Deal with this in
No.
character.
The things that we don't want, correct?
Well, what
don't
it
know.
turns around and does is it makes you immune to my breath weapon or my breath.
So just me
That
or everything
you're
I'm carrying and me? Like, what's the specifics?
Specifics is yourself. You,
So not your stuff. Okay.
not your stuff.
Dragon, what is a direct area of effect of this ability of yours?
It's on touch.
So, if you're not touching us, we shouldn't have to worry.
Wait,
No.
what's on touch? The invocation's on touch, not the fire,
Yeah.
is it?
No, it's the invocation is on touch, and what I will do is I'll stand over him and breathe directly.
Seriously, someone shut up the Chihuahua pack already.
So, as long as we're behind you, getting ready to cut your head off should you fail, this shouldn't be a problem.
There you go.
Well, how about we do a little test?
Okay.
Dermot's... Yeah, he's sleeveless. Okay, I'm holding the, you said you cast this thing on
I
me?
did cast it on you.
I hold the venom sac that I pulled out with my arm stretched out in front of the pack of Chihuahuas.
Oh my god.
Okay. And you're standing right down the middle of the road, right?
You tell me where to stand.
Stand right in the middle of the road. I'm gonna face in front of you, facing down the empty road.
I'm gonna be behind
that
you this entire
fire
time, Box.
Doesn't affect anything but you.
I'm gonna be behind Box the entire time with my sword in my hand.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
I didn't say I was ready to strike with it, I just said my sword's in my hand.
Okay. You ready for all this?
Yeah, I got my
Yeah.
arm stretched out. I'm holding the venom sac and stinger.
Okay, I get in position to where when I fire, there's going to be nothing behind him, and I'm going to be casting or breathing fire in a line.
In a line.
In a line,
is
so
him.
that it is not going to affect anything outside of the road.
Okay.
So no trees catching on fire, right?
Right.
Okay, I breathe.
He breathes. A beam of fire shoots out from his mouth, hitting your hand and the stinger. You notice that the fire does not hurt you at all. The stinger, the sack of poison on the stinger does start to bubble and boil and burst. And everything kind of burns away after a bit.
I let go of that one and I gather another breath. And this time I breathe lightning the same way.
Lightning now?
Wait, why?
In showing that it protects you from my breath, not just fire, it's everything.
Probably would have been good to discuss that beforehand.
Okay.
Whoa! What are you doing now?
You get struck by lightning that arcs through all the venom sacs all over the entire road. No, I'm kidding. You just get hit by his lightning breath, which seems to do nothing to you as well.
I'm kind of freaking out a bit, like trying to pad out the electrical charges as they hit me everywhere. What the hell? You gotta really work on your communication. Swear to God.
I was trying to show that you are
Yeah,
protected.
we have words for a reason and we use them here in this place.
I couldn't agree more. And she resheaths her sword. Now, tend to poor Herbert here.
Okay, I'm gonna bring poor Herbert.
Make him up.
Or now?
He's going to very.
Forward?
Do you have something caught in your throat?
So you pick him up.
Very gently, so they're not driving any stingers into him. I'm gonna set him back down in the middle of the road.
And you're setting him down, and he says, "Don't forget to stretch out them creamy hamstrings."
Jesus.
Now, you sure you cast it on him and it doesn't wear out or anything?
24 hours.
Okay. I wouldn't want to see you lose your head.
I'm just holding my sword again in its sheath, looking at Dermot nodding like, are you ready for this?
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna stand over him, facing directly. No, you know what? I'm gonna stand off in front next to his feet, and I'm gonna breathe a line right down the road again.
Please
I'm
finish-
obviously still behind
carry
him
on the
during
rest
all
of
this.
that sentence.
And I
All
breathe
right.
fire.
Making
A
sure.
line.
Making sure.
Making sure that nothing is going to combust above or below or anywhere else but on
So you
him.
kind of get down low where he's laying on the ground.
Low,
bring this
low,
line out,
low.
is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Feel like
Yes.
we're making
Okay.
a genie wish here. Jesus.
I know.
Everything with Sragg is at the same level of detail as a genie wish.
No, not really. I mean, and then you pull in the air, you breathe it up, and Herbert asks right before, is it, should I have been wearing this brooch of absorbed magic?
So who wants a... Oh, we got a shiny new brooch now?
Is that
Alright.
a serious troll? Or
No,
is
that is a serious troll.
Hey, even if it is, even if it isn't, just we're gonna get that amulet after, so don't worry about it.
I just want my.
He was on the verge of beheading you. Now he's gonna get the amulet.
Yeah.
All right. All of the you notice, like you saw before, Dermot, all the sacks start to bubble and they all burst at once, sending boiling poison every direction. All 28, and all the ones in the line below, beneath him, and further down the road. And then the stingers burn away, leaving just the empty wounds. And you stop your breathing.
Yes.
Herbert's laid back on the road.
Who's also
Grin.
stopped breathing?
I'm gonna perform a heal on him with whatever ability I have. I was so involved in the situation, I stopped looking up stuff. What's a cure light again?
Cure Light's D8
Yeah.
plus some stuff that varies depending on cleric.
Yeah. Well, I'm level 4, so what are we gonna say the plus is, just for now?
With no actual knowledge of it, I would say it's 4.
The augment healing? Okay.
I don't know what that does.
Sure. Sounds good. Alright.
So you, at least, bare minimum, you're going to heal him for 5. So So you walk up to smiling, glassy-eyed, staring at the sky, Herbert. Place your hands on him and heal him for 11.
Yeah.
He looks back at you and says, "That was magical.
And
I was consumed in a holy fire. From such a strange source."
indeed, perhaps we should tend to any other survivors if you're feeling up to it. I'm not sure how suited you are for this right now, but I'm going to check for any of the children.
Oh, the children, the children. Okay, I will help you look. He starts to get up, and this naked old man did burn everything away.
I give him a leaf.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the leaf. He starts helping you dust the bees off of the lumps that used to be children. Trying to
Terrific.
find a single survivor, hopefully.
Right.
You notice the orange glow in the distances seem to be getting larger and closer.
Okay. If it gets to a state of, hey, this is probably a forest fire, I'm gonna leave and start making haste towards the cart.
Okay.
I
Vox, you being an expert in fires,
okay.
realize that looks like one of your earlier mistakes. It
I
is
am
most
right.
likely a forest fire.
I am definitely writing this down too, real quick. Expert in fire.
Oh yes, you burn. You are used to watching things burn.
Okay, added into extraordinary abilities. I am going to definitely notate and let everyone know that is definitely a forest fire.
Definitely.
Definitely. Thanks, Rain Man.
So, with that one said, I am going to attempt to go see if there's anything I can do about that.
Being your expertise in this fire, you're pretty sure you could help it get bigger faster.
Bigger, faster, stronger. Do it. Work it.
You're killing my chain of thought now. Pass real quick. I'll go. Give me a second.
All right.
Thoughts. Give me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get back. Dermot, you got anything?
Do I have anything?
Do you have anything for this wonderful situation?
Yeah.
You've seen enough fires to realize, huh?
There's some bad shit about to happen. Do I have any like rangery type knowledge on how to properly handle a forest fire?
You could try to start clearing all flammables on this side of the road, and hopefully maybe it won't spread and burn down Moondale. From the way the wind's blowing, you don't think it's going to go that way right away, but there's no telling. We should be heading away from it.
Okay, so come on, Fox, where are you going? Get your. We need to make a fire break.
Yes, exactly. I'm just trying to think if I can use my lightning to shatter the trees.
A fire break.
Yes,
Yes, lightning and trees is often
Yes.
proved to deal with.
Instead of fire,
Fry them.
you pretty much burn the fuel out before it gets over there.
If only Ardo were here to put in his 2 cents.
I am there. I'm just sitting on the cart, you dummy.
We're not near the cart, I don't think.
They're nowhere near the car.
There you are. I'm yelling. Close enough.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're really not.
Wow.
So
If only we had access to that legendary decanter.
If only I can remember which, out of character, if I can remember which book the Equine Golem was in, so I can verify that exact thing that I was just thinking. That's one of the equipment. Found it. How do you propose to turn around and do this? Do you want to burn something else in the way and have it burn itself out so there is no fuel, or do you want to try to clear it?
well, do you know
You're
how to?
burning more?
Can you burn in such a way that's not going to ignite and just keep going from the like in all directions?
I can fly and get above the trees and actually burn directly down, so that.
Yeah, but like, why wouldn't it just go in all directions from where you ignite?
Your expertise in fire tell you that might be a bad idea.
Telling it.
How, like, I can't see the fire, can I?
You see a glow. You're starting to see little flames licking up.
I'll make my way towards the glow so I can actually get a visual on the fire. I'll say to Fox or anybody that's listening, like, we need to see what we're dealing with. Like, there's no point in trying this if we need to end up building a trench that's the size of a small house.
While they're discussing all this, I'm still with Herbert trying to find any survivors.
He'll turn over a child and he'll start crying with each one that he finally recognizes. Pulls over one and there's this hoof mark right here.
Right. I'll say any prayers with him that he wants to do.
Yeah. He starts piling them up and saying rites over them. Yeah.
I'll help him whatever rituals that he's comfortable with.
Okay.
I want to disconnect the cart from the horse.
Okay. No problem. You do that.
I'm going to tell Dermot, well, why don't you go back on the horse? I'll fly, and we will take a look at this real quick and find out, get a game plan together.
I can just walk.
Okay, then.
The bear curls up at camp with you, Kel.
You know, if that's the case, I'm willing to jump on the horse.
I set up the campfire, if I didn't already do that yet.
Yeah.
I am going
You're
to...
roasting marshmallows with
I'm actually going to get a view of it from the air, and I take off with the horse real quick, let him get about 50 foot, and I'm going to just unfurl the wings, let the draft from it carry me up a bit.
You mean fly?
Yes.
Because I'm not letting you choose that stuff. I'm going to let my wings do all the work and not use any of the rounds per day. No. Bull crap. Have you seen that thing? There's the freaking home video of the spinny little princess flying thing that flew right in the freaking forest fire. You want to let your wings do the work? I have a prediction for you, sir. Use your rounds.
I will be using my rounds, but I'm trying to get a little bit extra speed to help carry me up.
No. You get what you're given. Nothing more.
Use my rounds.
Thank you.
Let's see here. I am at 30 feet around.
Bad feeling about this.
So,
I have a great feeling about this.
Just go with it. It's been like the theme of the night. Poor life choices.
All right. So you fly up into the air. How far up do you try to go here?
How tall are the trees?
The trees? Well, they're varying heights.
An average of?
That's a good answer. No, that is a good answer.
Ranging from 30 to 60. You can get up.
Like BC sequoias or what?
Every other one.
That doesn't even include the saplings.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to call it 3 rounds, and I'll go up 90 feet.
All right. You think you're kind of above the trees. You do see movement, and you see the fire now. It is spreading off to the north away from the town.
Okay.
You see some movement through the fire. You notice a burning tree crosses the road, kind of running.
The tree's running?
But it looked like a tree.
It's an ent!
They're all ints. The forest begins to migrate away from the fire.
Forest, if this is this going on with this. Okay, well then I'm gonna hover for, well, I can't hover.
No,
Over.
you can continue moving, and that's it.
I am actually gonna start gliding back down.
In the circle pattern, just
Straight
corkscrewing down.
line.
There's
down.
no straight line down. Straight line down is nosedive.
Yes,
If I
that's
go
what I'm
like
thinking.
this,
Nosedive.
Go like this. Remember, I gotta move 20 feet forward to go 5 foot down.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
In the direction
Corkscrew.
of the
Corkscrew.
Straight down is corkscrew.
Okay, fine. I'll go corkscrew down.
Alright, so you see Vox screwball down.
That's a different thing altogether.
Yeah.
That's the way you get down straight. Unless you
Corkscrew.
just pull your wings in. That's possible too. And I would allow that. Believe me. Okay. That's the safe way to get down straight. Otherwise, like you said, 20 foot forward. So you went up 90 feet. You're going to go way the heck overshot where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
So you're corkscrewing down. Dermot, you see, you get to see the tree run across the road burning as well.
How much on fire was he?
He was almost consumed. You're sure he'll be falling within the next few minutes.
Wait a minute. Who's the actual trees are running across the
A
road?
tree.
What a tree ran across the road.
Wow.
Really
Do I know of
We
any?
all see that, or just him?
Is there any
Dermot saw it.
bodies
Okay.
of water nearby?
There, if I remember correctly, is a river. No, there's not. Never mind.
Okay.
Nobody that you know of. He's in trouble.
Should be a river out of the town, no? Or are we too?
There's a waterfall. You're too. That's coming out of the mountain, though, like up higher. He
Okay.
should have ran up the side of the mountain to try to get to some sort of water.
Well, sucks to be the treant today. God, what I wouldn't give for one of those infinite water decanters,
Yeah.
especially with Vox around.
You know, those recently went into they're just impossible to find. It's crazy. Mass demand for some reason. And fires everywhere. Everyone seems to have got that.
Okay, so treant goes flying across. What's the picture of the fire? Like, is this?
So far, it's probably covering about 100-foot square area and spreading out towards the north.
How big are these flames? Like,
That's going from ground to canopy.
ground to canopy.
It's
about
nasty.
90 feet.
All those pine needles everywhere. It's made this into a wonderful, inferno.
Okay.
Now you know.
Did I see Vox circling around Oops.
Yes, you see him corkscrewing down.
I just whistle and say, "Make it way back to the cart. There's no stopping this." I scream.
Ah.
I'll corkscrew him best ability back down to the cart. Actually, you know what? I'll use another round and just fly down to the cart.
All right. You fly over towards the cart. Okay.
If I hear a Dermot screaming that, I'll probably consult with Herbert and say perhaps we should get going. It seems like this is probably a lost cause. We'll pray some more.
He just puts his hand over on your shoulder. You go. I'll see to the dead.
Okay.
I've survived one fire today. What's another?
Okay. May the gods be with you.
You as well. Blessing upon you. He leans in and just gives you a kiss on the forehead for his blessing. And goes back to work.
Okay. I'll start heading back with Dermot if he's not already there.
To the camp?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the party reunites at the camp after an uneventful day.
The fire's still growing in size, right?
Well, off that way. It's still glowing that way.
So it's going away from us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that nice? It's nice.
Okay, if that's the case, then I'll say I'm not sure if that fire has any potential to burn this way, but we should keep an eye in that direction and head out if it gets too bad.
Agreed.
Ardo, do you want to join them at the camp?
No, I'm still entranced with this bee and toddler thing.
Is the bee still
Wow.
there? Are you just sitting there
Yeah.
staring at a bee and a toddler?
Like, what the fuck?
So, Vox, you landed over by the cart. So you see Ardo there with the toddler, and the toddler has a bee that's sitting on her lap, and she's petting it.
I'm just gonna look and say okay, and I'm gonna head right back over to the priest.
Okay.
Eva, it's time for supper. Let's go see what everybody's doing at the camp.
All right. She just looks up and nods and goes with you, and the bee crawls up onto her shoulder, and she heads off. Ready to hold your hand.
I reluctantly give it to her.
The bee crawls from one shoulder to the other and looks up at you as you're holding her hand.
So she responds to Eva as her name?
That's what I've called her because we didn't have a name for her. So
Right. No, I'm asking Sragg because like
Yeah, she's been.
she was
responding
with
to
the White Witch for 2 years. Okay.
it. She's been responding to that.
Just because you're calling her that doesn't mean that that's what her name is, right?
Right.
but she doesn't know that. I mean,
Well, she might.
Kid.
If she's been spending 2 years with someone calling her something else.
Maybe. I guess. I don't know.
All right.
All right. So everyone was headed towards the camp except Vox, who headed back to the priest, right? Am I
Yes.
understand this correctly from everybody?
Right.
Dermot, you were heading towards the camp too?
Yeah.
Okay. Vox, what do you want to do with the priest?
When I tell him that we need to go.
I'm going to see to these the dead, and then I'll be on my way.
Well, then,
I am safe from any fire.
No. You're not, unfortunately. You're safe from my fire. It does not make you safe from any other fire.
That's good to know. With his
Oh, did we lose
Shut
Sragg
up,
again?
man.
Sragg, you cut out there if you're back.
he said, with his will, I'll be safe, and I will tend to these children.
Well, then let me assist you with it so that we can get you home safe as well. We do not need everyone to pass on the road.
Looks at you kind of quizzically after saying that, and looks back down the road from the way you came. Very well. So he's piling the bodies in the middle of the road.
I will start helping them.
And he gets up in front of them and starts saying their last rites of sort. And then he asks you to burn them with your holy fire.
Oh, great. You're the
I
first worshiper of Vox.
The Order of Vox.
Y-
Isn't that blasphemy?
When
Depends. Is that blasphemy, High Priestess Vox?
I would, out of character, real quick. What did you say his deity was again?
Lathander.
Lathander? Yeah, the morning Lord.
Lavender.
You should wait for tomorrow morning when dawn comes.
I will give a short few small words for Bahamut, and then I will go ahead and do another line, making sure I do not incinerate anything above in the canopy or anything else around, just the kids.
It's about
Yeah,
time
buddy.
you friggin'
The
learned how to
kids.
do this.
The survivors and
As
the
you,
dead.
as you
Survivors.
as you start incinerating them, he walks into the middle of the beam, and he just starts preaching to the, about the holy fire.
Wow.
I'll continue to hold it till their bones are ash. Good God.
Okay. Back at the camp, you see a great light come down the road.
All hail Khaleesi Vox.
Oh no.
No, Vox is Vox, and the priest is now the first Khaleesi.
There we go. Okay.
So you see the old priest standing in the middle of the burning children, saying some words you can't make out from over here, especially from the crack.
Under the bones.
Oh, like crack.
Yeah.
From the crack.
From the crack that Vox.
that the priest has been smoking.
Oh yeah. Apparently he shared. So, Ardo comes up to the fire with the rest of you, and he's got the toddler with him. And the toddler has a bee on her shoulder.
Oh, beehive.
Really? Go ahead.
And Andara goes back and just starts spraying.
Okay.
Well, I was already there discussing with the party, so yeah, I'll say a prayer. It's been a bad day.
Oh. Well, yes. Okay.
I guess, he says.
So you left the wagons right off the side of the road, and you went into this little clearing here, and you're setting up camp, right? I'm just trying to get the picture.
Okay, yeah, well, I'll bring the wagons into the clearing or whatever, just on the outskirts, however that works, typically. If that's
Well, Vox is going to have to bring his. He detached his horse from him.
Right, well, sorry, I meant my wagon.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I wasn't sure on the proximity of the carts to
I was just making sure where you had them.
You know, yeah,
That's cool.
that's fine.
All right, then. So what do you say when they get to the fire with the, is there any discussion about this? Kel, Dermot?
About what? The campfire?
No, the kid that Ardo brings with the bee on her shoulder is a parrot.
Do you want a cracker?
I love this. They just go with it.
There wouldn't be. I wouldn't be able to say
why
anything
not?
at that point. I'd be processing.
Yeah. Okay.
Be like, what? Just kind of like Ardo did. Just like,
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. What the heck?
Don't
Okay.
know what to say.
processing.
Remind me of like Commander did it. Processing.
Yeah.
It's not compute.
So that's quite the interesting pet.
You're telling me.
She just looks at you and nods and smiles.
Creepy.
You're sure this is the same child?
As far as I know,
It never left your sight when you were in there?
no, not hardly.
Oh, well, define hardly.
Did he actually have
Take
a
a
sight?
peek. I didn't do it near her.
Did you have a sight on this kid for the past 2 years?
Pretty much.
So you're not 100% sure it's still her.
She could just have druidic powers, guys. I mean,
That is a possibility.
You see
You
putting her
did make
hand
that
in the
plant grow.
ground behind her, and this flower does start to blossom out, it seems. Grow out of the ground. Huge. Just opens up, and the bee flies off her shoulder and lands on the flower. And you watch as the petals fly off the flower as it claps closed around the bee.
I was gonna say,
What?
You hear some type of a strange noise as it and claps on the bee.
Well,
so just Venus flytrapped on that bee, basically.
yeah. So it's good to see that there's been no lasting effects of being trapped with the Wicked Witch for that long.
what to say to that.
I don't know what to say.
I'm joking, you idiots.
I get it. You're always such a great sense of humor.
Well, thank you.
Also joking.
Pretty boy.
Another joke. I kid.
No, that's the kid. Never mind. So, like this, we rest up, try not to get burnt to death, and make our way to... Where the hell were we going again?
Just, like bring the kid to where she needs to go, and then, go do whatever we need to do.
Yeah, I've heard of a couple places where there's the gates to hell.
Okay.
I was being... never mind.
Oh, that was another joke.
When you
Another
say that
joke?
gates of hell thing, she kind of just starts pouting a little bit and looking around.
I was joking too.
Is she pouting because... I'm not sure.
I don't want to know.
She doesn't want to go to the gates of hell.
She just
Well, who
nods
wants
and smiles, and then another
Oh,
flower
my
grows right beside
God,
you,
I
Kel.
thought it was like a forlorn... like she was remembering her days in hell.
Flower grows beside you?
Yeah. She just starts waving her hand, and a flower grows by you, Kel.
Is it one of those
Eve,
flytrap
what's
ones
he
again?
doing?
It looks pretty close, but
I
it's not
jumped
doing
back from
anything.
it. Okay, I just jumped back from it.
Belches up a bee corpse.
Flash a fake smile.
She grins too.
She's how old is she? Or how old?
Probably
is she?
about 2.
Okay. So yeah, she would not perceive. She shouldn't be able to perceive fake smiles.
Yeah,
Right.
she shouldn't be able to cast magic neither, but there it is.
I didn't.
Do you really want to bitch your life on that?
I still jumped away from the flower.
I'm scared.
You say that?
Yeah, sure. Sounds like something I would say.
Jennifer.
She just starts yawning and leans over on your shoulder, Ardo.
I'm still just praying.
Get some rest. I'll take first watch. See you in the morning.
What time is it now? It's got to be late.
That's pretty late.
I'm gonna sing a mournful lament.
Le Mans.
All right.
I like Le Mans better.
Lament.
Sounds more French.
Okay, we're gonna go to break. Thank you for watching on Twitch. We're back in a few minutes. Those of you watching YouTube, tune in tomorrow. Click like, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. Leave some comments, and we will see you next time.